Counter right hand over the jab.
George has continued to stand in his corner between every round, and we've reached 11.
Well, Holyfield landed 21 of 25 jabs in that round for 84 percentile of connect percentage.
And now he is deducting 1 point for the low blow. Rudy Battle, he had warned him 3 times and deducted the point there in the 11th.
The judges have it scored as closely as Cindy thinks they do. That point could be a big factor.
Absolutely. If this is a close fight, that low blow point deducted could be the deciding.
There's that counter right hand off of Foreman's right hand. But Holyfield follows right up with that left hook.
But Holyfield's got to win the round to make that point count. A 10-8 would look huge. Not so a 9-9. We've had no knockdowns. 1 point deducted from George Foreman for a low blow here in the 11th round. No cuts and no visible scars on either man.
No, but we have seen George Foreman rocked in 2 or 3 different rounds where we didn't think he was going to get. We didn't think he was going to be able to make it through the round.
And now Holyfield hanging on.
Both of them narrowly missed with right hands.
Obviously, the fatigue factor you would think would affect the older man a lot more, but it's affected both of them, Joe.
The crowd booing. They don't like the fact that the younger man Holyfield's holding on here in this situation. He's grabbing George around the waist.
Those boos are directed at Holyfield.
George is really unable to pull the trigger. He gets close enough. He sees what he wants to do. He just can't pull the trigger on his punches right now.
And Holyfield scores on a combination of 3. Foreman tries to come back, but I don't think those punches have much, Joe.
Now, the jabs look decent, but the right hand was real sloppy and real wide.
Little left pushed Holyfield back. Or holding on. I'm not sure Holyfield has taken full advantage of that point he's getting this round. But he still has landed more punches than Foreman has here in the 11th.
He really has been out hustling George in this round.
That was a strong left from Holyfield. George trying to cover up, and Holyfield landed. And another strong right and a left from Holyfield. And one to the body from Holyfield. Another strong right from the champion. What's the line about weebles wobble, but they don't fall down?
Well, let me tell you something right now. George Foreman is coming back with his own body shots after taking those dynamite right hands to the head. Unbelievable.
And that does it for the 11th round, and it brings the crowd to its feet one more time.
Clear-cut round for Holyfield.
Out there and use that jab. Don't get careless. You understand? The last round. You're winning the fight, Commander. Now look, Holyfield.
And again, the chant of George from the crowd in Atlantic City.
Angelo Dundee chewing Rudy Battle out for taking that point.
You understand? We touch it up. Now, Holyfield, have your hands up good and high, be alert. Because this guy, this is the last round.
Breathe in. Come on, breathe.
All right, Cindy Barton, starting the 12th and final round. What is your score, Cindy?
I have 106 for Holyfield and 102 for Foreman.
And Foreman said something to it. As you mentioned, Angelo Dundee was all over Rudy Battle between rounds for taking that point away.
And in the other corner, Georgie Benton and Lou Duva says, don't get stupid, don't get careless, box and keep your hands up. Foreman's got to knock him out to win this fight.
So they said Foreman had a puncher's chance. Well, he needs that punch here in the 12th round from our estimation to win this fight. But he certainly had his moments along the way.
Ran into a right hand trying to land that big punch, too.
Holyfield basically has to stay away from one big bomb, but he lands a right.
Well, Holyfield's doing what his corner asked him to do, basically, and that's the move. But he shouldn't be punching as much as Lou Duva doesn't want him punching this much, but he sees Foreman as a target, and he's going for it anyway.
And Archie Moore just stood up in George's corner and said, "Go at him, punch." Gave him the fist sign. Archie, of course, was the oldest to fight as a challenger for the heavyweight title. And George has the 95 seconds left to try to punch him out and regain that championship, which he lost 17 years ago.
Holyfield stuck to his game plan that Georgie Benton and Lou Duva laid out for him, and he's done it quite well. Boxed and circled, kept George off balance, and stayed away from those big bombs.
If it goes to a decision and if Holyfield wins it to retain the title, I still marvel at what George Foreman was able to accomplish here tonight. Inside of a minute. Doesn't look like George can muster that last punch. And Holyfield comes on strong with a combination. And George still takes it.
He's got a minute left. Minute left to prove that he can still pack that punch in and win this heavyweight title. But it looks like a pretty futile effort.
And Holyfield again hanging on. He has been through a battle. And Holyfield doesn't want to let go. And Rudy Battle
could take a point away.
Pushes him away. And after that rest, Holyfield tries to come on. A timeout in the middle of the 12th round, staged there by Holyfield with 15 seconds to go in the fight.
That's it.
The old man has gone the distance, and the crowd at the Atlantic City Convention Center comes to its feet to applaud that.
That's all we want. Great fight. Great fight, George. Great fight. Great fight. Great opportunity. He won. Absolutely. Great fight, baby. Great fight. Before the great fight out there, the box, we got a box out there, baby. Come on. Congratulations. All right. Let's get everybody. Just get some water. Breathe in. Wait a minute.
And now we'll go to the judges' scorecards. Cindy Barton's card had Holyfield comfortably ahead, but we'll see what the three judges who count have it here at ringside.
George, come on with the roll.
Cindy, your final card.
My final card is 116 for Holyfield and 111 for Foreman. An incredible fight.
And you gave Foreman that dramatic 7th round, which I think people will be talking about for quite a long time.
Oh, forever. Best round I've ever seen in boxing.
Well, everyone had a prediction, and few painted this scenario of a 12-round decision for Evander Holyfield with such dramatics in between. Holyfield with a big 3rd round. The 7th round went back and forth, just dramatic. The 11th round, a point deducted for low blows by referee Rudy Battle after 3 earlier warnings in the fight. And we'll take a look at the final CompuBox. We expected Holyfield to throw more punches, but that total of 444 from Foreman was quite good. You see Holyfield's percentage, and that's why, by all rights, he should win the decision. 61%. And it was quite a show. You know, we're all kind of had our fingers crossed when we said fight or farce, and it's certainly all those people who said that it was too dangerous for Foreman and the fight would turn out to be a farce. Well, they were all wrong, and they certainly have a lot to be proud about in George Foreman and the fight he carried on here tonight. What a show, particularly that 7th round. Typical crowd in the ring. Neither man was cut. As you see, they are working on welts to try to get them to go down. George looks good possible for the post-fight interview. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the decision.
Scoring. Let's have a round of applause for these two heavyweights. 12 rounds of exciting action. Nobody thought they'd do it. And now from the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino here in Atlantic City, we go to the scorecards. Eugene Grant scores the bout 116 to 111. Tommy Kazmarek has it 115 to 112. And Jerry Roth scores it 117 to 100 for the winner by unanimous decision. And still undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the real deal, Evander Holyfield.
But how about that little wink and smile from George Foreman when he realized Holyfield was the winner? Foreman, it's trite to say, but Foreman was a winner in many respects here tonight as well. The last cheer for Foreman. His career is certainly not over. We will continue to hear from George, I'm pretty sure anyway. And Evander Holyfield stretches his undefeated record to 26-0 now. And George drops to 69-3. And his first loss in the comeback, now 24-1. But